Welcome to the Pastor Chira Show. I'm Pastor Chira, and today we launch. We launch into new territory. We launch into new mindset. We launch into new relationship. Are you ready to launch out? Come on and launch out with me as we go into this conversation on today. And can you tell I'm excited? You see my face? You see? Yeah, it's all the way excited. Because I have the ultimate privilege of sitting down and having a conversation today with someone, how do I put this? We met a long time ago, and we were both in very different spaces in that time. But even though we were in different spaces then, it didn't change our space of relationship now. And so she is here to sit down and have a conversation with me. And I am so honored. I'm so honored. And you guys are about to meet none other than Pastor Dayna. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. Pastor Dayna Devine. Yes. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
How are you?
I am great. I am great. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome right now because you're here.
Ditto.
I'm so excited and I'm so elated that you said yes.
Oh, wow.
But you not only said yes to God and said yes to others, but you said yes to me. You said yes to come and sit down and have this little conversation with little old me. But before we get into that, can you just introduce yourself to the viewing audience? Because I know you a little bit, but you might say something that I don't even know. So tell the people who you are.
So, my name is Pastor Dayna Devine. I am the pastor of Slim Ministries International. I am a lover of God's people. I absolutely, when I tell you I love God's people, I love God's people. I am a prayer warrior. Listen, you ain't even, I said ain't even, got to ask me to pray. If I think about you, I'm praying
Yeah.
because that's the connection that I have with God and his people. So I am just excited about the journey that the Father has been taking me on. And so that's it. Just got finished doing my first journal ever.
Uh-oh.
Listen, I'm excited, and it's called Communicating with the Father, and I'm sure we'll talk about that. And so the Lord is just doing some things, and so that's it. Just little old me. Have three children whom I absolutely love. They all grown. They're not children no more. And then my grandbaby, who is just the light of my life, little Peyton Miracle. So I'm excited just about what God is doing, and I love God, and I'm going to do whatever He tells me to do, no matter where and no matter what.
And that has always been you. You don't care who say what, who come where. If God
Yes,
ain't say it, I ain't doing it.
absolutely.
If he ain't say go, I ain't going.
Nope.
And you have always been that person. You've always been that person who, yes, you love, and you love hard. Did I say that out loud? I
Yeah,
did. I said that, didn't I?
it's okay.
But you do. You love hard. And you've always loved hard. And like you said, you love God's people. But I would change that.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, honey.
Because you love people.
Yes, I
And
do.
you love people to God.
Mm. Oh, that's good. That's
You
good.
love them to God. Whether they love God or not, you love them to
Yeah,
God.
that's good.
Where did that
Mm.
heart come from?
I believe that it came from probably my grandmother.
Okay.
I watched my grandmother. So my grandmother was a pastor's wife, but she also was the minister of music. So she had a dual role. And so there were times when folks would want to come in off the street and sing. They didn't know God, but she didn't care. She would let them come in and they would sing. And so I would watch that growing up. And I'm saying to myself, well, if they don't know God and she's still letting them come into church, should we all be that way? And I don't think, right. I don't think I got it until I got a little older.
Okay.
And then, growing up in church and, you hear folks saying they ain't saved, they shouldn't come in here. But wait a minute, don't you want them to be saved? Don't you want them to get to know God? So why
Oh
shouldn't they
no,
come?
that's not what we want. No. You know what we want to
Right.
do? We want to recycle people.
Ooh,
We want to have them come from here, there, and everywhere. We just want to recycle them. We don't want to
yes.
disciple nobody. We don't want to disciple. We want to recycle.
That's good. Ooh, no, that is good because it's the truth. It's the truth. There was a song maybe about 7, maybe 9 years ago that the Lord gave me. And in the song it says, "What's it all for? Do we sit in these four walls and never reach the lost? What's it all for?" And I started asking myself that question. Is this the end all be all?
Right.
Because if it is, I don't think I like it. I don't like it.
Tell me something. Tell me something. I need you to help me. I need you, Pastor Dayna, to help me, Pastor Chira. Just help me with the how do we say that we're about better life if we're not helping people to better life? How?
Most of the time, it's really not about other people's lives. It's really about our life and what
Oh.
we want.
Oh.
Right. I said to someone the other day, I've never seen more selfish Christians in all of my life. When your life really is not your own, you are really
Yes.
a walking testimony, a living epistle, a book read of men.
Right.
And if you can't be that book that someone comes to read and really get something, then what are you here for? Because again, sometimes folks are so selfish that it's, we are so, not y'all, but we know folk, so closed, just the folk that we know, so closed
Right.
that we don't want to help anybody. It's about what I want, where I want to go. I ain't taking nobody with me because I ain't got time to teach nobody, train nobody. No. Because if that were the case, then you wouldn't be where you are because somebody took some time for you.
Somebody did it.
Somebody took the time to train you, to sit down and talk to you, to explain to you things, to explain to you life, to explain to you how things should go.
Right.
I look at my own life, right? When it comes to my daughter, who now has a daughter.
Right.
She would not know how to be a mother had I not been an example.
Right. Exactly.
But it's because I wanted more for her than I had for myself.
And
If
you
we
do that outside of just parenting. Like that is who you are and it's what you do. And is that part of the reason why you wrote the journal that you did? Because the journal is a process of
Yes.
what you've been through and how to help others get through to where they need to go.
That is the reason why 40 days I was going through some residue of divorce. Yeah, I was going through some residue of divorce. And I said to God, I said, listen, if you want me to do anything else for you, I need some help. Now you're going to have to shut me down, put me to the side. You're going to need to do something because I need you to speak to me. And he said
Directly.
to me, yes. He
Mm-hmm.
said, 40 days. And the crazy part is he had been saying to me, and I was ignoring it because I knew that in the presence of God, some stuff was going to come up. He was going to expose me to me. He was going to cut away some things. And I knew sometimes we don't want to look in the mirror and we don't want to face
Yeah.
that person
Yes.
in the
That's right there
mirror.
in front of you.
Yes.
We don't want to face them.
We
So
don't
we gonna pause real quick because we gotta get to I'm a little over. We gotta get to a commercial. But on the other side, we're gonna talk about what you faced, how you faced it, and how you got through it. Because you had strength that you didn't even know you had. So we're gonna go to a commercial and we'll be right back. We are back, and we are going back into our conversation with Pastor Dayna Devine, who we were talking about those 40 days, those days when you were on the other side, the residual side of divorce, and you looked in the mirror, and the reflection spoke back to you.
Yes.
What did it say?
You're not worthy. Don't like you. You can't do this. You can't push forward. You don't even have strength. You think you have it. And I had to say to myself, there's got to be something else because if I die here, this is where I'm going to be. My children they're going to see me in this place. I had to look at myself and say, okay, you got to do something. So I said to God, I said, you got to do something. I felt like that movie, John Q, when she told her husband, do something.
Do something.
I said to God, do something. And he said to me, he said, 40 days. Nothing. He said, 40-day fast and prayer. Fruits, vegetables, water. That's it. 40 days. He says, I'm going to strip you of everything that you thought, the things that you let the enemy talk to you when you already knew what I was saying. But I understand because you were hurting, and sometimes hurt puts you in a place where you can't receive anything.
Right.
So he said 40 days. I'm telling you, I walked through 40 days. Scripture after scripture. He said, write it down. He said, then I'm going to give you some stuff to say. It might have just been 2 words. God is. And then you fill in the blanks. And he would say to me, 40 days. 40 days. He said, don't get on social media. He said, as a matter of fact, like you go hang out with your girlfriends, 40 days, me and you. That's it. Sometimes we don't want to give over that time that God needs to reshape, to uproot, to cut away some things. And in that 40 days, he did. Baby, I came back a new person. When I looked in the mirror this time, I'm like, oh, hold on. I love this here girl. Oh, yeah, lights up. She all right. Yeah, I literally could see the difference.
You saw a difference. You looked different to you.
I looked different. Yes. My countenance was different. And I'm saying to myself, God, this can only be you.
Yeah.
One of my friends had said to me prior to the 40 days, she would come into my office and she would say, you look a little dark today, baby. You all right? And I'm like, huh? But I trust her.
Yeah.
So when she would say that to me, it's like I knew something was not right. I knew something was out of whack. But after that 40 days, baby, God did some stuff. And I said, okay. He said, now you got to tell people about this 40 days. And I'm like, I ain't tell nobody my business. You want me to tell what happened? He said, yep.
But
He
this
said,
was
you're
personal. But God, this
yes,
was personal between me and you. I ain't got to. Why I got to share this with other people?
honey. I said this people might not like me after this. I said, matter of fact, they didn't like me before this.
But
So they really not.
so
So you really want me to? And then, it had gotten so personal. So the next journal, I will actually be putting in some of the conversations. So this next journal is called The Conversation He and I Had. And I'm saying to myself, God, you setting me up. He said, yep, I'm setting you up for greatness and so that other people can be healed. Because most people won't talk about, who's going to talk about their divorce?
no,
Who's going to talk about, nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff. And
no.
then when you're talking about, how you made it through,
Mm.
I needed the 40 days.
Right.
And incidentally,
Right.
the 40 days came after, maybe a year after, 2 years after the divorce. So I was still processing and going through,
Right.
still trying to get myself together. My children was one aspect. I remember my daughter came into my room and said, Mom, are you going to cook? Because we're hungry.
Oh.
And I'm saying to myself, I do got to get up from this bed at some point. I had two pastor friends who said to me, they would call, we're coming.
Right.
I said, don't come over here. I don't want to talk to nobody.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my pastor friends, she kept saying to me, I'm speaking to the strength that's in you because you think that you don't have it. And I said, okay.
Like
And when
just like. But wait. But you said okay like that. Like whatever.
yeah,
I
exactly.
ain't trying to. Whatever.
And I wasn't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a light bulb that went off in my head. One night, my son came into my room and he said, Mom, he said, I need you to do something for me because I got to do something at school. Mm-hmm. My thing was, I wasn't going out the house. So I didn't need to, I don't want to go out the house. Don't ask me to come to school. I ain't coming.
Right.
He said, but Mom, we have a project and I need you. I got myself together and got to his school that afternoon. When I walked in the school, they was like, Miss Devine, oh my goodness, we missed you. We haven't seen you in a minute. And the Lord said to me in my ear, these are the people that you impacted that you didn't even know. And so when they're saying to you, they missed you, this wasn't about you. This was about what you've done for them.
Right.
Your son was just a conduit to get you here. They celebrated me. They said, Miss Devine, you've done so many things for our kids. We want to celebrate you.
That day?
That day, I got a certificate to hand and stone. My son was the conduit. All the while, I'm sitting at home and I don't want to talk to nobody. Leave me alone. Let me be.
Right.
But it was my son, the people around me that caused me to look inside for the strength that I had no clue was there. I didn't know because it was suppressed by so much hurt, so much negativity. People were saying in the church, yeah, she ain't gonna never do nothing else. Because no, her husband that was it for her. She ain't gonna do nothing else. And I believed it for a minute.
Believe it. We believe it. We do.
Yes, we do.
We do. Yes.
We do.
We believe
Until
the things that people say, but we also believe the things that come out of us, that we put so much into others. We
Yeah.
so much that when that's now not there, it's now we are beating ourselves up because of the so much. And now we're hearing all kinds of, nobody else got to say nothing else. I'm hearing it from myself.
Yes. And you repeat it over and over till you start to believe
Yes. We get
what
stuck.
is being said, not by somebody else, by the what I like to call the inner me,
Yes.
the
Yes.
inner me.
The enemy.
That's what he does,
Yes. The
right?
enemy. Yes.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and so it just became, for me, it became the thing that I knew that I got to jump this hurdle and land on my feet. If I stay here, I won't get up.
Right.
So there was a strength that I didn't see in myself.
Yeah.
It took somebody else to say, "My child, mom, I need you." They're doing something at school, and they did. They were doing this whole big thing for the basketball players,
Right.
and they started talking. And Miss Devine, we want to honor you. I said, "Who?
Who?
Who y'all? Not me, child. I ain't did nothing. I couldn't even get my own stuff together."
Right.
But sometimes people see in you what you don't see,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Just like you. I saw in you. And I'm going to say it, I'll put it out there publicly, that you were a part. My God, Jesus. You know, the strength sometimes that we don't see comes from the people who have made an impact on our lives. You made an impact in my life. And so, because of that, the strength that I did not see was the ones who impacted us. So you were my strength, along with some other strong women that I had seen walk through some stuff and made it out okay. So you were my strength. And I could probably name 5 or 6 other women that was the strength that I did not see. I didn't tap into. But sometimes it just takes one light bulb
Yeah.
to say, "Ooh,
Yeah.
this one is on."
Yeah.
And then you start to say, "Hold on. If she made it through, okay, she gave me the strength. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right.
Let me shake this off.
I'm going
Let
to
me.
be all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to be all right.
Whew. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
I'm going to be all right."
So you ain't have to throw me out. Like you ain't have
I'm
to.
sorry.
Because
I had to let them know.
but it's reciprocal though, because
Wow.
even now, like you get on in the mornings and just share, and I'll be cracking up. I'm just gonna tell you, I'll be cracking up like, why is Dana in the bathroom though? Like she in the, you know what? But I'm gonna get that tip that she doing or how she put her makeup on, cause see that look right. I'm listening, but I'm watching, cause she, all right, that eye right there, like she. So you. So we do. So we do.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you have also been that for me recently, and even watching, you before being a wife and being the co-pastor and being a mom and loving everybody else. Like you did so much and you still do so much. So you're about to go into this 40 days of prayer, this 40-day journey. Do you have is the journal written? Did you?
Yes.
What? Oh, so we got a whole book though. Oh. So I need to get that. I need
Yes.
see how the people they just pull
Yes.
stuff out on you. So I need to get that.
Yes.
And you're about to start this 40 days with
Mhm.
people. What are you about to
So
do?
I'm going to do it on live.
Okay.
It's going to be November I want to say the 12th,
Okay.
and we're going to go straight on through
To the end of the year.
to the end of the year.
Okay.
And so it will be prayer 6 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Ooh, 6 o'clock
Yes,
in the
6
morning.
o'clock in the morning. Yes, yes.
Yes, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I will be on live, and we'll walk through because a lot of people have gotten the journal,
Okay.
but the Lord might give us another scripture. But we're going to walk through a 40 days.
Right. And right,
You know,
it needs
and
40 days. And right, it
yes,
needs 40 days.
yes,
We are at time. We are at time. I mean, we can go on and on because there's so much that we can talk about. There's so much, and if you agree, you can come back and we can still talk
whenever you want me.
because, whoo, it's so because your strength is helping others even now as you're talking, as they're watching. So, how can people get in contact with you? Where can they reach you? How can they follow you? How do we stay in touch with Pastor Dayna Devine?
So you can stay in touch with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Y'all, listen, I need help with all this kind of stuff, right? And it's Dayna Devine and or Speak Life Ministries. So
Okay.
either Dayna Devine or Speak Life Ministries. If you go on any of those social media platforms and put either one of those in, you'll
You'll
find me.
find me. All right. And they listen, I want everybody to go in and find you because you are a gem to find. I thank you so very
Thank you.
much for sitting down and tearing me down, taking me under, and
I'm sorry.
sharing. No, you're not. No, you're not. And sharing just a part of your journey, a part of your story, a part of you with all of us. I thank you so much for
Thank
just
you.
being the transparent, not even translucent, the transparent you that you've always been. Thank you. And keep
Thank you.
being the you that you are. Listen. Yeah. I have nothing else to say. Nothing. I thank you for tuning in. I'm telling you, it is women like that that help us get us to where we need to be because we don't go through our stuff for us. We go through because we're going to help somebody else. It hurts. We don't like it. We would rather not go through it. But when we come on the other side, we're stronger and we make others stronger too. I'm Pastor Chira. This is the Pastor Chira Show, and I'll see you next week. God bless.